de empezar al juego, quiero hablar un poco sobre el artículo que puse en mi link. So actually, before we even start the game, I do want to talk a little bit about the article that you can see when I do a Twisted Tale, the point and click adventure game. Creo que es una buena forma de conectarnos un poco más a este juego, porque este juego tiene mucha historia. So I kind of want to have a bit more of a just chatting part of it. So I might actually change it to just chatting technically. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Give me a second. This is pretty quick. So just chatting. Okay. Because again, this game is also more about the references that it has with older point and click games. Este juego definitivamente es más sobre estas referencias a juegos clásicos de point and click. So I do actually want to spend a bit of time, considering that the demo is not that long. So I do want to spend, even if it's just 10 minutes, to go over that. Oh, and then Cap, yeah. Give people a chance to get in, especially when it's Mexican junk food. Perfecto. Gracias, Cap. Thank you, Cap, for that. Yeah, exactly. And Astriana says, check Cap stream or else. Sí. I mean, if you stay here, long enough, we'll make sure we check out Cap stream after our stream. Gracias, Becca, por el Community Hydrate. Thank you, Becca. So, in chat, we have Community Hydrate and other ways to use your points. So, Becca's asking for me to drink. En el chat tenemos opciones para que la gente pueda utilizar sus puntos en que yo haga cosas. Y esta vez es hidratación de la comunidad. Así que todos ustedes deben de tomar agua or else. Hi, Triana, thanks. Yeah, honestly, I've been trying to use Canvas, but I'm still I need to find a... How do I want to say it? I just need to find I don't know, I need to organize myself, but I don't know, you probably will be using Canva as well, Triana, but I mean, if you have any tips or any suggestions on a plantilla, I'd appreciate that, but yeah, I'm in the process of that. I'm still not there yet, but getting there. Sí, gracias, Triana. Triana me quiere ayudar a que pueda publicar cosas en mi Instagram más fácil. Y la verdad sí lo debería de hacer, que ya llevo más o menos el proceso, pero sí me tarda un poco. Entonces eso es la situación. Okay, so, yes, let's actually go and talk a little bit about... yeah, and I usually don't do just chatting streams, but I think this one will be useful. Okay, I have this over here, so... Okay, so the rise and fall, and I'm not going to read everything, no voy a leer todo el artículo, pero quiero acordarme de algunas cosas que leí para volverlas a mencionar. And again, this article, which I'm going to be skimming, because I've already read it, so I'm just going to grab the pieces that I wanted to talk with you all, is it's the last link. It's one that I found. Es uno que encontré y que creo que puede ayudar. So something I'm remembering what I wanted to talk about. So, we all love games, ¿no? Nosotros, todos los que estamos aquí aman los videojuegos. But at least I personally never, paused for a second and thought, wait, what's the history of video games? Pero yo nunca decidí como pausar tantito y decir, a ver, espera, ¿cuál es la historia de los videojuegos? And if you think about it, right, the history of video games comes with the history of computers, right? Because, I mean, before we even had consoles for video games, all of these came from computers. That's how people would play video games. Y lo interesante de esto es que la historia de los videojuegos está vinculada con la historia de las computadoras, ¿no? Porque antes de que hubiera consolas y demás, la forma en la que la gente jugaba era con las computadoras, ¿no? Con las PCs. Hey, PK, how's it going? So great to see you here. How are you doing? Right now we're just chatting about the history of video games. As this game, the demo of the game that we're about to play later makes reference to these classic point-and-click video games. So I thought it would be a good chance to talk about this history for a bit. I was saying that, the history of video games is related to the history of computers. Entonces, la historia de los videojuegos está vinculada con la historia de las computadoras. So, okay, so now let's think of like how the oldest computer looked like. And the oldest computer was literally just a screen with a terminal, right? Like a terminal, which is a way to interact with the computer and tell it what you want it to do. Entonces, antes, las computadoras, uno podía interaccionar con ellas por medio de la terminal y alguien escribía, o sea, no había un mouse, era todo por teclado. There wasn't a mouse, it was all keyboards. So the really old video games was literally just having the terminal itself and then it kind of like throwing text at you. And then in some moments of the story that you're reading through the terminal, there are times in which you have to type like what to do, like go right or a yes or no question, etc. Entonces los primeros videojuegos estaban basados en la terminal, ¿no? Era simplemente la pantalla que te daba información por medio de texto, ¿no? Y era una historia que tú leías y tú jugabas cuando en algún momento de que leyeras información te daba una pregunta de, por ejemplo, ¿qué quieres que tu personaje haga? Y es ir a la derecha, ir a la izquierda. Entonces tú escribías, ¿no? Porque no había un mouse, era todo por teclado. But then, right, and then Pique says, that's cool, I'm doing great. That's great to hear. Happy that you're here, and I'm excited that you find this exciting. But then, right, the interesting thing is that then, later, computers kind of like get more advanced, and then they're able to incorporate the mouse and that like understanding on what it means to like click an object. So therefore naturally video games video game developers were like, hey, we want to take advantage of the computer being more powerful now, so we're going to make these point and click video games. So the very first video games are actually point and click because of this reason, right? Entonces después de la terminal fue cuando ya hubo objetos, ¿no? En la computadora, como nosotros vemos, como las apps, los objetos de las apps. Y ya en ese entonces sí incorporaron el ratón, ¿no? El mouse. Y esta interacción de hacer clic a los objetos y que la computadora reaccionara con respecto a esto. Y entonces los desarrolladores de videojuegos dijeron, oye, o sea, hay que aprovechar que ahora una computadora es más potente para hacer nuestros juegos más potentes. Y de ahí nacieron los point and click. And I don't know, I find this so fascinating because I never made that connection, right? That's why point and click were one of the first video games, because that's as much as a computer could actually deal with. Entonces, justo como que me sorprende muchísimo que esa es la razón por la cual los videojuegos más antiguos son estos videojuegos de point and click. So I find that extremely fascinating. So some examples of that are in that link that I posted earlier today. And fun fact, many of these point and click games were made by Lucasfilm, right? And Lucasfilm, right? So same as Star Wars, which for me that blows my mind. Even like really common titles like Secret of Monkey Island was made by Lucasfilm Games. Y una de las cosas que me interesó mucho de este artículo es que yo no sabía que muchos de estos juegos de point and click, el creador, el publisher, es Lucasfilm, ¿no? Los mismos que hacen Star Wars. Y ellos hicieron juegos que son muy conocidos en la cultura gamer, como Secret of Monkey Island. So I find that fascinating. La verdad sí se me hace súper interesante. But then, right, what happens is that they start... So now going back to the history of video games. Now video games start having 3D shape, right? Like computers are able to render 3D graphics. And that starts to become more popular. And hence, game developers start making a much bigger variety of games that aren't point and click. Y luego ya cuando las computadoras podían mostrar gráficos en 3D y no nada más en 2 dimensiones, fue cuando ya hubo más diversidad de videojuegos en la industria gamer. But unfortunately, that meant that then point and click games weren't as popular. Pero desafortunadamente esto implicó que estos juegos point and click no fueran tan famosos, ¿no? Justo por este avance en las computadoras, ¿no? De que ya no era todo 2D y ahora ya era en 3 dimensiones. Hey Osva, how's it going? We're kind of talking about the history of video games. Triana, thank you so much for the subscription.
Triana Corneo just subscribed. Thank you for donating to charity. My subs are a Pisces. Cause next month is the 9th Tears of Joy badge.
Thank you, Triana, for the joke and for the subscription. Ay, gracias, Triana, lo aprecio muchísimo. I'm gonna do a hype for that. Muchas gracias, Triana. Thank you. Sí, bienvenidos. Estamos hablando un poco sobre la historia de los videojuegos porque se me hace fascinante. Gracias, Ale. Thank you. And honestly, I think that's as much as I wanted to say, right? I guess the other thing is that now, gracias, JC. Now, what they're trying to do is to incorporate point and click. gracias. To incorporate point and click in VR, which I find that fascinating. Y ahora lo que están intentando hacer es incorporar point and click en VR, en realidad virtual. So all of this history is what the developer Eva from the game they were about to play off based her game off. Entonces toda esta historia de los videojuegos es lo que la creadora de A Twisted Tale se inspiró. Because her game is point and click. El juego que vamos a jugar, bueno, el demo del juego es point and click. And she has many hidden references of these really classic point and click games. Y tiene muchas referencias de esos juegos clásicos de point and click. Unfortunately, I personally probably won't catch any of them because I didn't grow up with these point and click games. Desafortunadamente yo no voy a poder reconocer muchos de estos juegos ya que yo no crecí con estos juegos point and click. I actually entered the video game world a bit later. Probably much later, honestly, because I'm relatively new to the video game world. Yo la verdad entré al mundo de videojuego relativamente reciente. So that's why I wanted to spend at least like the first 30 minutes of my, like pretty much half the stream because the demo is short. I wanted to spend these first 30 minutes to kind of bring to light this history that there is behind this demo and the game that Eva is developing, A Twisted Tale. And I love that. Like I love when there's so much history in like a game itself. Entonces sí quería hablar un poco sobre la historia, ¿no? Considerando que yo no voy a encontrar ninguna referencia. Y entonces espero que esto fue informativo. I hope this was the captions. Hopefully, because we're going to use Google Translate for Google Meetings for the interview, the captions should be correct when we do the Spanish interview. Cuando hagamos el Q&A, no voy a utilizar estos closed captions, vamos a utilizar otros, entonces esos closed captions iban a estar bien. So yeah, I apologize for the captions being wrong, but I found it a bit too difficult to find one better last minute. So, a short summary of what I just said about the point and click video games is in the last link. And if you do research, I actually did some research before this because I wanted to be better prepared. It's really interesting. Entonces, para más información pueden ver el último link de lo que puso Gloria de Axolotl. Pero pueden investigar ustedes por su cuenta y la verdad es muy interesante. Okay, so now we're actually gonna play the game. Ahora sí a jugar el juego. Triana dice... Gracias, Ale, for fish molly. I am so excited by the emails that Heather's gonna make, but anyhow, that's another topic. Gracias, Ale, por llamar a nuestro querido fish molly. Oh, let me know how audio is, by the way. Don't apologize. I just found it funny how it's listening to Spanish and feel like so confused. Okay. Perfecto, Triana. No, pero de todas formas, sí quería hacerlo notar. Perfecto. Thank you, guys. Okay, so let's go. Warning, this is a gameplay demo. Okay, yeah. So it's a demo, and it's just the first impression. Entonces es solo un demo y es solo la primera, para darnos una idea de cómo va a ser el juego.
me of the old days when Grandma used to take me to those rancid dollar shops.
Knick-knack store? Rancid? I resent such terminology.
Sorry.
Antiques. These are antiques. Precious, rare, unique pieces. Carefully select.
Let me actually change back to games and demos for the category. And after, so as you can see, there is some voice acting. So what I'm going to do is that I'm first going to let the voice acting go, and then I'm going to translate in Spanish.
By none other than me, personally, and offered to the public for purchase, for a small contribution, of course.
I didn't mean to be rude.
And that means, do not touch anything! No touching! Nothing! Absolutely nothing!
Is that better, Triana?
Look with your eyes! Do you understand that?
Yes, of course.
Excellent!
This guy doesn't seem to be the most relaxed sort. Let's look around a bit, but we'd better not touch anything. We don't want the poor fellow to have a heart attack and end up with me being wanted for murder. You know, like in the pilot of a streaming series or something.
Ok, so, entonces estaban platicando, bueno, ¿cómo se llama el personaje? Ay, no me acuerdo, pero el personaje principal, que es la chava que está a la izquierda, y el dueño de esta tienda y vende como antigüedades. And then many of these antiques that the person to the right sells are references to these point and click games. Y muchos de las cosas que este señor vende son referencias a los juegos point and click. Okay, so open dialogue. Okay, inventory. Use look. Okay.
A sign. It says, touching forbidden. And underneath in small letters, touching obligates to purchase. No exception.
Exactly.
Ajá, es un chiste, ¿no? De que si tú lo tocas, que dice no tocar, pero si lo tocas es tuyo, ¿no? Like the very common, like, don't touch type thing that you see in all stores. I really like the voice acting, by the way, and the art is very pretty. As it's hand drawn, actually. Me gusta mucho el voice acting, el cómo hablan los personajes y que es diferente la voz. Y el arte también, de hecho, es hecho a mano el arte. Bring a kid to that store, says Triana, exactly. Ale Cap. Vamos a tocar el barco, the boat.
A bottle in which there is a small model ship.
An original item from a Caribbean restaurant. Especially popular with pirates. May have traces of chicken feathers.
Ok. Tiene un poco de plumas de gallina, al parecer, esta botella.
A wooden tripod. Does not look very special.
Excuse me? French origin from the year 1996. A diamond is said to belong to it. Unfortunately, untraceable until today. Probably in unknown private possession.
So apparently there was like a diamond in this tripod. Este tripié, tú ponías un diamante en él, al parecer. Triana, it's hand drawn. Triana Feinciano, like, kudos to, again, the developer. We're gonna talk to her after playing the game. Kabuo, way back in 1996, so old. Yeah, exactly. So again, these references, all of these references are references to games. So the only one I know, but again, because I researched, is about Monkey Island. So this ring is referencing that game. Este videojuego, la referencia que la verdad sí supe porque investigué es este anillo, que es el anillo del videojuego de Monkey Island.
A diamond ring. Wow, that's really a big diamond.
Real and real cursed.
Cursed?
Natural. Original engagement ring of a zombie pirate. One of a kind. Rare. Valuable. The distinctive, inherent smell is unmistakable and not a sign of inferior quality, but a sign of authenticity.
I love how the little mustache of the person moves. Me da risa cómo se mueve el bigote de la persona cuando habla. Se me hace muy tierno. Oh, and Cap says, point and clicks are pretty fun. Yeah, actually, Cap, or anyone in chat, what are some of the games, some of the point and click video games that you played, if you played any? Because I'm pretty new to the genre, so I wouldn't really have a good answer. Estoy preguntando en el chat, ¿quiénes de ustedes han jugado de esos juegos point and click? Porque yo la verdad soy muy nueva a este género. Hey Jasmine, welcome! How's it going, Jasmine? Welcome. We're playing a demo of a Twisted Tale. More info if you do a Twisted Tale. Una moneda, a coin.
Hey, a coin.
Oh, hey, we snatched it. Es ahora, ¿cómo es ese dicho? Ay, no. Bueno, lo encontramos, así que es nuestro, ¿no? Supongo que ha de haber un dicho. Ay, me gusta mucho el arte. I really like the art.
An armor. It looks very well preserved. Must be very precious if it's an original.
Originates from the liquidation of a Parisian joke store. The owner
Oh, wow, the music changed. La música cambió. Did you notice that?
An armor. It looks very well preserved.
Es sobre como...
Must
Ha
be
de ser
very
referencia a un
precious
juego.
if it's
This
an
probably is a
original.
game reference that I'm not
originates from the
following.
liquidation of a Parisian joke store. The owner
Parisian
distant
joke
acquaintance.
store. Me gustan esos detalles de que la música cambia dependiendo de qué seleccionas. Founders Keepers, exactly. Thank you, Triana. Is there one in Spanish or am I just getting both languages confused right now? Triana, en español solo se me ocurre Michi sin correas de quien lo vea. That's for cats. Pero ese... Sí, in Spanish we have a Finders Keepers, but for cats. Fun fact. And Becca says, I used to play point and click on those games. Escape rooms? No creo que sea escape rooms, Becca. Or would it be? I'm not sure. Oh, and Cap said, honestly, I haven't really played much. Most been a spectator to them. Be it via friends or let's plays. Honestly, I think same. La verdad, yo casi no he jugado point and clicks, pero sí he visto a gente jugarlos. And actually, some of the games that we've been playing throughout this entire BAE, the Big Adventure event, are point and clicks. Gracias, Ale, for the lurk. I really appreciate it. Muchas gracias por el lurk. Sí, ¿cómo estás, Jasmine? How are you doing, Jasmine? How's everyone in chat doing? I hope you're having a great weekend. Oh, and Cap, it's very fitting culturally that Finders Keepers is an English saying. Oof. Oh no, that's a sad thing to say. Esto es algo triste que decir porque Cap dice que el Finders, que ese de, como lo que dijo Tiana de Michi sin correas de quien lo vea, pero en inglés es como que hace sentido de que sea algo muy americano. Chewing gum machine.
Chewing gum machine. As a child, I used to search the street for pennies on my way home from school, just to throw them into the nearest chewing gum machine. You always had a choice between half-fossilized gum from 3 generations ago, or a real porous junk toy. I always preferred the chewing gum.
Fully functional. However, it only contains chewing gum.
Y dice algo como... Yo siempre era fan de estas máquinas de chicles, pero normalmente los chicles eran súper antiguos y relatable. That's very true. Jasmine, I'm good. How about you? Yeah, we're doing great. We're participating our way into the Big Adventure event, checking out some indie game demos. And today we have the Q&A, which I'm very excited for. And right now we are, exploring this specific room that has a lot of different antiques. And just getting like a sense of this big game that Eva, the developer, is working on. And then Cap is explaining to Becca that point and click is not necessarily like escape room oriented, but it does have that component of interacting, right? Sí, point and click no es tanto de que estás atrapado en un lugar y tienes que buscar salida, pero es más sobre interaccionar con el ambiente. Yeah, because actually the demo is only this room, But that doesn't mean that it's kind of like an escape room. El demo es solo este cuarto, pero no significa que sea un escape room.
Achoo, I always prefer.
Fully function?
Oh, espera. Espera. Inventory. La moneda, ¿la podemos usar?
That should work. Oh, now don't get stuck. Yay! A chewing gum!
I beg you. A little more composure.
A little more
course.
composure.
Yes!
Nos emocionamos mucho por el chicle y lo podemos usar en algún lado. ¿Se lo podemos dar?
Do not even think about it!
Se enojó. He got angry about us trying to put the bubble gum somewhere. What about in this?
Do not even think about it!
Nope. I am all for the chaos right now. Oh, can I eat it?
Do not even think about it!
Okay, no. Ajá, very puzzle solving, exactamente eso, para resolver acertijos. Ay, sí, el bigote, ¿verdad? Becca, the mustache. Triana, la moneda la podemos usar, se traga la moneda. Ay, mira, un brochure.
Small table.
Como una
There are
mesita.
brochures and a ballpoint pen on it.
Normally, there is something extraordinary here. But, given the current circumstances, I thought it appropriate to provide a little promotional material.
Ooh, oh, un brochure.
Brochures. Huh. Can I take one of these?
But of course! However, only one per
Oh, que
person.
podemos tomar este brochure gratis.
Thanks.
¿Y qué es? Ay, es sobre el juego en sí, ¿no? Podemos interaccionar con él. ¿Se lo podemos dar?
No, I better leave that.
Me dice, no, Sofía. No seas tan caótica, por favor. ¿Podemos mezclarlo?
No, not a good idea.
I'm such a chaos person, a chaotic person. Me gusta traer un poco de caos en los juegos. ¿Qué más? La pluma. ¿Podemos tomar la pluma?
A ballpoint pen. Can I have that too?
No, for short-term use only, not for takeaway.
Huh.
Nuestro personaje, ¿me puedo llevar la pluma también? No, that's not free. Triana says, I don't know. I remember back in uni when, before COVID, that the vending machine had good days when it decided to give me my cookies. And bad days when it swallowed my money, right? Exactly. Ajá, eso te refieres, sí, de tragar la moneda. Yeah, no, totally. Hay unos de estas máquinas en donde tú pones la moneda, pero capaz si no te da nada y nada más se la traga. Es cierto, Triana. Yeah, you're completely right. Oops. Wait, I did something. There you go. Vamos. ¿Qué más?
A gramophone. Basically the
gramófono.
primeval dinosaur of Bluetooth speakers. Just without Bluetooth, and without power, and without speakers. And not quite as handy.
It comes with a record. Beethoven.
Ooh.
Sonata 12 in A-flat major.
Uh-huh.
Funeral march.
Oh.
Dice que este gramófono es prácticamente como unas bocinas Bluetooth. Y luego dice, pero sin el Bluetooth y sin la corriente eléctrica y etcétera. Se me hace curioso. And true, and Cap says, technically power, but just not electricity. You're not wrong, Cap. That is a good point. And then Triana says, I wonder if the people who put the stuff in and count the money think, this is more money than it should be. Probably not. Sí, esperemos. Sí, pero es cierto, Triana. That definitely happens. Ooh, a rubber chicken. Let's see
A
what
rubber
that is.
chicken.
Includes a carabiner hook. Original piece from the 90s.
Ooh, original piece from the 90s. El famoso pollo ese que puedes apachurrar y que hace sonido, ¿no? Oval picture.
An oval picture. I think it's a portrait.
Of course it's a portrait. It shows a face, 2 eyes, mouth, and nose. What else will it be?
Oh, sí veo el portrait, sí veo como el dibujo de una persona. Cap says, I suspect the counting involves dumping the money in a bag to sort later. Pretty much, Cap. That sounds pretty accurate. ¿Qué más nos falta? Oh, el dibujo de un perrito. The drawing of a little dog.
A painting. It shows a dog.
The artist claims that it is a humanoid version of a dog that he encountered in a cartoon-like second reality. Clearly attributed to surrealism.
Triana says, Cuckoo had one of those chickens. He loved it. It freaked me out after an hour of beep. Me lo imagino, Triana. I imagine that. That's funny. And Yasmin, thank you for the shout out, by the way. Oh, no, of course, Yasmin. So everyone who is VIP has, you know, if they want, I mean, even if you, well, by default, I included a shout out for those that stream, so you're included. But if you don't want the shout out, let me know, though that'd be rare. But if you also want an entrance, like a sound alert entrance, Yasmin, if you want, you know, Never Gonna Give You Up as an entrance together with your shout out, I am more than happy to do that. It's funny, I thought of doing that, but then I realized that then you would be the one getting rickrolled if I didn't tell you ahead of time. and I felt that was going to be like too, you know, rickrollception. Okay, yes, perfect. I was gonna do it, but yeah, I kind of wanted to make sure that you were okay. Although that probably would have been pretty funny. Remind Yasmin rickroll sound entrance. And Cap, how am I not surprised Google has squeaky chickens? Exactly. And then Cap, Yasmin bringing the gift of rickrolling to everyone. Pretty much. Ajá, entonces rickroll me refiero a la canción de la de Never Gonna Give You Up, que es todo un meme. Oh,
A
sign.
sign. I can't read the inscription.
And it's none of your business either.
Oh, okay. Ay, quiero hacer algo con el chicle. A ver si lo ponemos aquí.
Do not even think about it!
Ay. Aquí en el gramófono.
Do not even think about it!
No, no me deja. Rude. I love that voice line. Yeah, I love it too. It's pretty great. Don't even think about it. Books and more books. Now let's click more books. Más libros.
Let's see what else is there. The Leather Jacket and Me. Or How I Learned to Love Atlantis by S. Hapgood. Sounds like a romantic comedy.
It is a classic.
And Galactic Burgers and Other Intelligent Tests. Author Wilbur Retelling.
A kind of cookbook.
Interesting.
Perfecto. Wow, es impresionante todo con lo que puedes interaccionar. It's actually really impressive, like the detail of how much can you interact. And that makes a point-and-click game high quality. Una de las cosas que me impresiona es que uno puede prácticamente hacerle clic a todo y eso le da mucho valor al juego en tal, ¿no? Like, one scene has so much information. Esta escena tiene muchísima información, and this is just like one scene, right? Like, the full game is going to be like a whole world to explore. Y el juego completo va a ser todo un mundo que explorar.
Some weird decorative orbs.
Hand-woven voodoo orbs made from natural hair. Each piece is unique and highly exotic. Connoisseurs would notice right away.
Oh, besides the gum, what do you have in storage? So I have this brochure and the gum. So the brochure...
No, I better leave that.
Oh,
An old TV with a game console. This is really retro.
A real gem, isn't it?
What is on the game console?
A nice adventure game with comic art. But the puzzles? Whew, very illogical. You die a lot.
Have you tried it?
Of course.
Finished it?
No, I didn't get past the mouse cage. I'm missing the walkthrough.
ok, de hecho vamos a ver si ponemos el este de aquí.
Do not even think about it!
Okay. Sí, y creo que hay una escena secreta que puedes desbloquear. There's like a secret scene that you can unlock, but the developer told me that it's really difficult. Pero Eva me dijo que es muy difícil llegar a eso. So I actually don't think we're gonna get to it. Diana, you die a lot. It's phobia. Oh my God. So I think we're not gonna finish clicking everything. No vamos a terminar de picarle a todo. Although you all can try it yourself, as a matter of fact. If any of you want to find the secret thing that I don't think we'll find today. That game was a real test of your patience, Triana. And then Triana, I'll save time for you guys. Do not play Phobia, it sucks. I know, yes, Triana, you really struggle with that game. Oh, but Phobia sounds pretty. I mean, even the game, right? I mean, maybe the game Phobia was about of having phobia to the game, you know? Tal vez el juego que jugó Triana que se llama Phobia era para tener fobia al juego. Esa era la enseñanza. So actually, I am going to, we're close to 2 when we start the interview. We're going to be testing that everything works correctly. So I'm going to put my be right back screen. We might do some words on stream, although without audio, just so I can make sure the audio for the interview works correctly.